Welcome back to Forget About It Fridays Unfiltered. Tonight we got a special setup. My guy Kevin Hess is out, so stepping in is my guest co-host is none other than Nicole Humber, owner of Bravo Restoration and Construction and one of the strongest entrepreneurs I know. What's up, Nicole? How are you tonight?
What's up, everybody? Happy Friday.
And joining us for tonight's conversation is a powerhouse in the insurance world. Smart, sharp, and making big moves with Goosehead Insurance. The incredible Crystal Javier. We're talking women in business, leadership, resilience, and what it takes to thrive in industries where you got to prove yourself every day. Let's jump right into it. This is Forget About It Fridays Unfiltered. So, ladies, what I want to first start off with is for anyone who doesn't know you guys yet, who are you guys outside of the work world? Let's start off with you, Crystal.
Outside of the work world, well, I am a mother of a wonderful 16-year-old daughter who plays pretty much year-round softball. So if you don't see me in the office, I am on a softball field rooting her on. And once in a while, I'll moonlight as a singer or, that's pretty much it. It's my life.
Yes, we definitely. I want to get into that as well. I know you guys are part of a big band, and I know there's a few other members in the BNI chapter. But before we dive into all that, and where did you grow up, and where do you live now?
Yeah, so grew up, or actually, I was born in Las Vegas, was there for a few years. Mom moved back to California. Dad stayed in Las Vegas. So pretty much raised in the beautiful wine country. Went to most of my schooling in Sonoma, then came up to Santa Rosa, and I've pretty much been here ever since.
Very nice. And Nicole, the same question for you. For everybody might know you in the business world, but like outside of the business world, tell us a little about yourself.
Well, similar to Crystal, teenagers, I have a 15-year-old who plays baseball year round, and I have a 13-year-old who plays baseball, basketball. He's my more multi-sport child. What Crystal didn't mention is we also play softball together. That is part of our second life outside of business. Um, and and working out and playing softball and watching our kids.
How did you guys get into softball? Is there a league you guys? It's like part of the BNI thing.
Well, we met in BNI and we
Okay.
became besties after we realized that we did not have we just had RBFs and we weren't actually mean people. We loved each other. And then, yeah, my husband and I had a team and begged Crystal to be on it. And then we morphed into another team and we've been playing for years together.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. So, what's something people would never guess about you, Crystal?
Oh, God. I feel like I'm like an open book. Well, the singing thing's kind of out. I think if you know me, even my poor clients, I sing to them while I'm like typing, trying to figure out something. So everyone knows I sing, so that's not weird. I don't know. I'm the oldest of three girls. I actually helped raise them for a few years. When I was 19, I got custody of them. So that's something that's a little different. And they're both badasses as well, powerhouse women as well. So yeah, I take a little pride in that. I like to say I helped a lot in that. So
Very nice, Crystal. So, I keep hearing about that you're a great singer. And I know that you're part of the BNI band. I think you guys were in a big competition when I first was getting into our chapter. So I'm really interested. Like, how did this all come about? And are you a rock star? Like, what are we talking here?
I'm a karaoke queen, proud karaoke queen. It was a little, it kind of started, it was really funny. So BNI, if anyone doesn't know out there, BNI is, a lot of that has to do with what we do. It's a huge networking group and there's a ton of them. There's like hundreds of them all over the state. So BNI had a battle of the bands years ago for somebody's birthday, and it morphed into this real battle of the bands. And so the rule was originally you had to form the band from BNI members. And come to find out, we had a couple people who were amazing. Ernest had background of an old punk band in Berkeley in the 80s, and Frank was classically trained. Jason's like a self-taught genius on the keyboards. I mean, it goes on. It's really amazing. So we just kind of stumbled upon it. And the first show was rough. Took us like a month to get one song together. We didn't even have drums. We literally were using the piano to carry on the drums. It was tough. But now we're actually like a decent band. Thank God for Lon. We have an amazing drummer. I mean, it's just more if we've got the ladies, the hot-legged ladies. I like to call them. We've got Shelly, her daughter, and then my girlfriend Lori's in there, and she's a tambourine machine. It's cool. So now it's kind of just continued on, and now we actually play outside of BNI Battle of the Bands. So we're actually playing on the 29th at Shady Oak, if anyone's interested.
Nice. The 29th. I got to mark my calendar for that one.
Yeah.
I definitely want to check that out. And Nicole, what I want to hear from you is for people that might not know what BNI is. I know Crystal gave us, a little background, but I want you to sell our listeners on. I want you to get them in our BNI group and all. So tell them a little about our chapter.
Okay, so it's a cult, and we drink Kool-Aid, and
I love it.
so amazing. But for real, it's a referral marketing networking group that we meet every Friday, and the whole thing is like developed by Givers Gain, right? You give referrals to get referrals, and you're surrounded by like-minded individuals who want to grow their businesses and just be badasses in whatever industry they are. Each chapter, there's only one profession allowed, so you're not competing with anybody, which is pretty cool. And there's chapters all across the world, and you can visit any chapter you want to and learn a little bit more. I highly, highly recommend it. I've been in it for 9 years. I've given almost $4 million worth of business, and I've received almost like $2.5–3 million worth of business. So anybody on this call that is like questioning, should I do BNI or not? Like, don't be stupid. Freaking do it. Only if you want to grow. I mean, if you don't want to grow, don't join BNI.
Yeah, this chapter is really extraordinary, really stand out. This is not like every BNI chapter, we're setting records over there. Everybody's about it. The energy's there every Friday. Any visitors that come in, they always comment. They like the energy you guys all have. It makes it exciting. And, it's just a really great, great thing to be a part of. And, just like you said, givers gain. So if you're really putting in the time and the effort, it's definitely worthwhile. But I could also see where, there's a lot of people that don't put, are half-assed and they're not really doing it, then it's not something for you to gain. You're not going to get much out of it. It's all about what you put in. So now I want to find out, how did you get into the whole insurance industry? Did you choose it or did it choose you?
Like most people, I did not grow up as a little girl dreaming of being an insurance agent. It's just not out there. So it chose me. I come from a long line of salespeople. Gift of gab is in my blood. So I was waiting tables at the time, and I went to go buy some insurance from a classy establishment called Cost You Less Insurance. And they offered me a job right there. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not going to sell insurance. I'm going to go sell cars. I'm going to make real money. And then I looked at the commission structure, and the hours were great. And 19, getting my insurance license. I was with that company for about 9 years, ended up moving up the chain, district manager, the whole thing. So it's my life.
And what was the biggest challenge, would you say, early on that you had to overcome?
With the insurance business itself, I've always been a broker. And I learned real quick that insurance companies, as much as they are there to protect you and make you whole, it's not always easy for people to understand, or easy to get or affordable. So right away, I really took on the job. To me, it was my job to not only make it affordable, but make it understandable and kind of help people in a situation. So I wanted to learn as much as I could about everything. And I have so many different carriers. It takes a lot to learn all that, but I love it. I read a lot of insurance news. It's very exciting.
I love it. So, Nicole, what strengths do you think women bring to leadership that people overlook?
Well, I believe in that women have our intuition, right? So we know when a good deal is happening or not. We have the gift of networking. We want to, unfortunately, we're like always trying to prove ourselves that we are the best of the best. And so that kind of gives us that extra little kick in the butt and makes us truly be the best of the best. So I think combination of just intuition, grit, tenacity, resilience, this was what makes us women badasses.
That's a great answer. I love that. Crystal, so I want to know all the years that you've been in insurance and all that, what was like the biggest thing that you've learned, and maybe it was like from a mentor or somebody that you inspired, is there somebody in your life that, is that role?
I mean, that's hard. I try to learn something from everyone. You can pick pieces apart from everybody. Even though I've been in insurance for like 24 years, I've really only been with 3 different insurance companies or carriers. So, you get to learn from different people, see their style, and I'm always open to learning new ways, new techniques. Like people get really stuck in a rut. And sometimes that happens, especially with sales. It's easy to just kind of do the same thing and you don't start seeing results. So you really got to, I don't know, freshen it up, take it with a different view. So I think a lot of my managers or trainers or just people in general, I always like to hear a different perspective or different spin on things. And I love other agents. I learn from other agents. We've got Leslie in our BNI group, and she just knows so much from a different perspective that I don't even know commercial insurance. And yeah, I think I take a little bit from everybody. Everybody's got something great to offer if you're listening, I think.
So is that one of the strengths you would say that made you an amazing insurance broker over the years? Is just learning and, learning different styles and kind of incorporating your own style into everything?
100%. I think that, and then, like I said before, I'm always trying to educate people and put them first and their needs. I represent the clients as a broker. I represent the clients. I don't represent the insurance carriers. So yeah, I think that definitely has helped me be a big
And
success.
Paul, can I interject here? I mean,
Sure,
she's
Nicole.
not lying. I go on vacation with this girl and we'll have our like time where it's just supposed to be our alone time. And she's taking care of her clients. Like she'll stop a conversation to take a phone call from a client and make business happen.
That's a real hustler. I love it.
Yeah.
And Drew says, what's up, Drew? How are you, man? He's coming in from Vegas. So, yeah, he's from your area over there.
Mm-hmm.
He says, usually you could learn something from anyone, no matter if they're a successful person or not. Sometimes you learn what not to do. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there you go. I like that.
Very true.
So I got to ask you guys, what's something that you guys do like you're having a hard day at work, it's kind of overwhelming, or you're feeling just like burnt out. What's something that you guys do to deal with that?
During the day, I don't know. If it's just in the middle of the workday, I just have to get up, take a breather, take a walk my dog. I love my dog. I'll go over and pet her, take her out. That definitely helps bring me back down, or just yeah.
So it's hanging out with the dog, or just taking a breather, stepping out from things and clearing your mind.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
you, Nicole? Do you do something special to when you're stressed out, or?
Definitely, I'm with Crystal on the whole getting out and walking and getting out in the sun. And I do box breathing, breathing in 4 seconds, out 3 seconds. And then I work out every single morning, which has helped my like during the day stress come down. So
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. For myself, when I get stressed out and everything, I got to just go clear my mind, and I do that by hitting the gym, maybe getting on a treadmill, going through emails or something, just to get the endorphins going and the blood pumping. It just makes me think clearer, and that's kind of like my place where I work everything out. Is I try hitting the gym. I am changing my schedule now. I've been trying to wake up earlier and hit in the gym early in the day, where I used to be more of like a late person and in the gym at night and all that. But it's really hard after a full day at work just to motivate yourself to hit the gym. So I think the morning is going to be kind of more my my new gym time. What about you guys? Like, when is the best time for fitness for you guys? Is it a morning? Is it
We're
late?
both morning. We're both morning girls. You have to do it before the kids are up, before the chaos begins. And it really does clear your head for the day. We both start early. She starts earlier than me. She tries to drive me to a 5 a.m. class. And I'm like, I love you so much. I'll go at 6. And she won't. So it's fine. We share a fitness tracker. So I know when she's working out and she knows when I'm working out. So
Oh, that's good. So you get, if somebody's, slacking or something, the other one's calling out the other one, keeping each other accountable. I like that. If you could give your younger self business advice, what would it be?
For me, I mean, I'm new to business. I would say start it way earlier. I wanted to leave my company and do this when my daughter was little, but I was so nervous because I know what it takes to start a business. I already work bell to bell. So business, you put everything in. I'm a single mom. I didn't want to, leave her. But now I think if I would have done this 10 years ago, where would I be?
Yeah.
So it's never
Nicole,
too late to start.
Nicole, same question for you. What would you tell your younger self?
Well, I mean, I agree with Crystal. Starting it younger is so much better. I was 26 when I started, and I still don't feel like that was young enough. My kids were little, and I mean, honestly, like everything I got to is just like there's nothing I would change, right? All the crappy things that happened and all the lessons learned, I'm a better person for that. And so I think it's just like anybody out there not sure if they want to start a business or like jump into being an entrepreneur, like just do it. Like, oh, fuck it.
Just do it, like a Nike commercial. Just do
Yeah,
it.
just do it.
And then they put F it right underneath.
Yeah, right underneath. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm trying not to curse this time.
I think I would tell my younger self, I think it would be to get a mentor or a coach, whatever industry I'm trying to get in. It took some time for me to realize that. And I think it was more of like my ego thing back when I was younger. I thought I knew it all and I didn't want to hear from anybody. So I think if I would have been quicker to get a coach or a mentor, I think it would have just, made the process even quicker and all that. So that's something I would tell my younger self. And I think that was actually our question today in the BNI, right? I think that was the opening question for our breakout rooms.
Yes.
I think it was. Yeah. So how important are relationships and networking to your success, Crystal?
I mean, this goes back to even AAA. During the shutdown, it's like the world stopped, but people still needed insurance. People still needed home insurance, but everything kind of stood still. Even for me, I had a brand name of AAA and the traction just wasn't there. And, the one person who really kept me afloat, I hit my biggest numbers, and it was because of Leslie, who was a networking partner. And I think they're you can't even go on to how important they are. Having a team, having people behind you who are there to support you and want to help you and see you do well. I think there's nothing better. It's really, really important. It's like a community for sure.
So give me some ideas, like how do you go about networking in your local area? Is it, going in person places? Is it getting online? What's some recommendation for somebody maybe new looking to get in?
For me, it's definitely in person. I do much better in person than I do probably over. Well, I think I do good both. I do good on the phone too, but it's hard.
Push those shoulders off, girl.
I mean, yeah, obviously I have no shame, but no, I think being in person, there's nothing compares to someone meeting you. Like for one, they're not able to hide and hang up on you or run away, right? They're right there. You can get a good gauge of someone's body language, and I think it's easier to overcome things, I feel, in person. But there's all kinds of stuff. Our community is really big on networking. They do a lot of chamber stuff. There's a ton of BNIs. There's other like women in networking groups. There's a ton of there's trades groups. There's so many things that you can do. If somebody's in the insurance industry alone, I always think the realtor meetings they have are really invaluable. Anytime you can do something, first time home buyer stuff, anything to get your foot in the door and have people remember your face, I think is really important.
Nicole, what do people get wrong about networking?
I think people get like scared or shy and kind of like back off, and they're not like upfront or open to it. And they, I even catch myself sometimes when we have our in-person meetings, I'll go to my people that I already am comfortable with. And I'm like, no, get uncomfortable. And I think people, like, when it comes to networking, leaning into the uncomfortableness and not being afraid to be like, everyone thinks that someone's not interested in talking to you, but in the reality is that, like, they're all there for the same reason. Everybody wants to network. And so I just think, like, leaning into that more, not being so intimidated.
I like that. And what about as far as like social media and networking? Like, what does that entail with you, Crystal?
I am not quite as fabulous as the social media networking as our Nicole Humber. But I probably do less of that than I should. But I think overall, it's like the rule of, I think it's 3 or 6 or something. The more and more your face, your name is out there, the more times people hear you, the more they're going to recognize it as a household name. So I think by far, I got a lot of traction from something I partnered with another realtor, and it was on Instagram and it was specific to people in that area. And we got a lot of traction. So I do think it's definitely helpful, but I'm not as good as I should be.
So, Crystal, you noticed that in Nicole. What is some of the things that Nicole does that you think you should be doing?
Oh, her LinkedIn alone is impressive. I feel like LinkedIn is a very underutilized platform. And it's all business people. And again, it's that big thing. People want to help people. They want to see people succeed. And Nicole's been very consistent. She's posting videos. She's posting, content. So people know that she's relevant. And I think that's huge. I'm very impressed.
Nicole, tell me about your LinkedIn. What are you doing on LinkedIn?
It's so funny because I'm like sitting here. I think Paul is like the best at social media out of all of us. He is the best. I aspire to be like him. What's funny is like
Wow.
link.
Coming from
Yeah,
Nicole,
no,
I gotta clip this. I gotta make this like my new promo. Look, Nicole Humber is telling me I'm the best at social media. I love it.
100%. You can have it.
By far. Everyone says it.
Yeah. LinkedIn, I kind of like got bored with, like, I stopped caring about LinkedIn, as in, like, I just say things that I think about and like the real truths when it comes to business. And I've kind of like treated it as a vlog in a weird way of, things that like my friends on Facebook or Instagram wouldn't really understand and probably not appropriate for my Bravo page. And I've just kind of used it as a platform of like, dude, this shit's real. This is like things that we go through with business. And here I am.
I love it. Do you guys do Reddit at all? Do you like go on there and answer any? That's something you might want to look into, Nicole. That's a little secret sauce right there that a lot of
I
people
will.
sleep on and don't know about. If you go and you ask any kind of like junk removal questions, there's a good chance my Reddits are going to come back with the answers. Cause when I first started, I was probably answering like 20 questions a night, and I would just put in the long answers and all with all keywords. So now anybody goes on those searches, those Reddits are all going to come out. And, I've had quite a few clients say they found me on Reddit and all. So there's a little secret sauce right there. And Nicole, I got to ask you, I had you on last week and I never got down to like, what is the secret sauce for your BNI referrals, that you're bringing in the 4 million and all? Tell us, like, what are you doing that is just, so far ahead of everybody else?
I think it's just like easier for me because I'm in people's homes. And so I'm like the first person who is kind of seeing the disaster. I'm like the first responder or second responder. I'm not police or fire department, but I'm a second responder. And so I kind of get a lay of the land. I'm like, oh shit, you need this, this, and this. And then just like outside of that, I perceive that I'm bigger, like I show that I'm bigger than I really am. Like people often think that my company is huge and it's not. And people often think I know everybody and I don't. But because they think that, and
Hold on. You're talking yourself down right now. And I got to stop you right there because I was very impressed when I came into one-to-one and I came over to Nicole's business and all. And I mean, she's got there's like a whole community there. We got all these employees, got 20, 25 employees. We got trucks everywhere. We got all different rooms going on with different managers and marketing directors. And, what I mean? So let's not talk yourself down here. You got to Have some respect
Oh.
here, right?
I mean,
Killing it over there.
I don't know. It just seemed it's not as big as it's not that deep, bro.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess that's just what I do. And when people ask what like, hey, do you know this person? I'm always like, yeah, I know this person, or and just
So
because they
you're
do not
really
also
listening when you're getting to these job sites. You're really listening, and you're saying, "Oh, do you need this? You need that." So you're kind of like referring all different people out. Is that kind of like the
yeah,
secret sauce? Okay.
yeah. And it's
I'm
easy to
kind of I'm
refer
kind
like
of
tradespeople.
I'm kind of feeling the same thing because I'm kind of coming that guy. I got to ask a few more questions, and now I start finding what their wants are, and I'm like, oh, I got a guy, and then I start telling them, that's part of my pitch right away. Is I'm part of this BNI chapter. We got 42 companies part of it, and it's only the best of the best. We only refer to top. And from that, I'm trying to get them to instill in their mind, like, if you need anything in life, you call me first, because I'm going to point you in the right direction. I'm going to get you referred to somebody. And it's really been taken off. And it's just another asset that you could bring to the clients. So, for all those guys that are going back and forth, I don't know if I should do BNI. Well, there's a reason just alone right there. It's you're building your network as well. And also, when you go in, you got your own house and you're going to need other services. It's nice. You have a full team. I'm realizing now I got a full team. I could go A to Z now, so it leads to other opportunities as well. So I want to hear from both of you. Advice for young ladies coming up, looking to be entrepreneurs and get into business. Just give us some, some strengths that they should look for, and just some tips overall.
Okay. Well, I know coming up as probably the same for Nicole, I was pretty male dominated business. So my whole goal was to study more, to know more, be more prepared, and be more willing to get out there and hustle and work harder. And I think you can do it. I think every woman should go for it. Don't be intimidated by the boys clubs and all that. I think it's a lot better out there in the industry than it was when I started 20 years ago, but it's still,
Well,
still
Crystal, tell me about it. Is it tougher for a woman getting into the insurance industry now? Is it a tough business? Is it male dominated, would you say?
It's interesting because I think agency owners, it's pretty well spread out now. I see a lot of female owned agencies, but when I came from the brokerage, the first company I started with, when I became a district manager, I was the only female above an office manager. So there were 6 males and then me. And I walk in the room and it's loud and they're telling dirty jokes. And I walk in the room and it's silent.
Oh.
And so my boss, VP sales, just walks in and he goes, listen up, guys. For when she tells dirtier jokes, and she'll probably beat you all up. Just chill out. She's fine. She's one of the boys. And so I think as a female coming in, that can be very intimidating. I don't think it's everywhere. I think you can definitely find more and more women. I have a huge network of just insurance agents, and I have to tell you, majority of them are female. And I mean, it wasn't necessarily by choice, but they just ended up being the best ones I knew in the industry. And even going back to mentor, I kind of slipped my mind, but there is a woman who kind of pushed me to be on my own. And she's an insurance broker, and she really went to bat for me and helped, like, almost wrote a business plan for me. So
Wow.
I think being a woman in business, I think lean on some of the other women too. Don't be intimidated.
And Crystal, who was that for you?
Her name is Jan Lowen. She owns Jan Lowen Agency, and I've known her for years. She was a broker, and I was a captive agent at AAA. So AAA was very cookie cutter, right? Home, auto, good driver, nothing weird. She did farm policies, and she had done it for years on her own, got out on her own, came from claims, didn't even know insurance, and opened her own agency and really got to go through all the bumps in the road. So I've been chatting with her for years, and working with her and sending each other referrals just because I love the way she did business. And so when things kind of went sour at AAA, she was one who really pushed me. I mean, she met with me quite a bit, helped me kind of devise a plan, like getting out on your own in California to sell insurance as a broker, unless you go with the large State Farm, Farmers, It's really hard to be your own broker and get appointments. You have to have a lot of money behind you, or you have to have someone kind of give you that foot in the door. So she vouched for me with a carrier, which I wish it would have worked out. The carriers just weren't enough for me. I needed more access, which is why in the end I went with Goosehead. But yeah, she was amazing. It was huge. It was a really big impact. I think ultimately she was the one who really pushed me out to go on my own in the end.
So would you say that was, a big turning point was finding that mentor? And would you recommend that for, a young lady coming up today to find somebody,
100%.
maybe yourself, maybe would you be
Yeah.
open if anybody was interested in mentored?
I would love to. I would like to know what I'm doing a little bit more on my own in the business. I've actually leaned on Nicole a lot, just asking her questions about business in general, because I can sell anything. I know everything there is about insurance. I've hired, I've trained, I know how to open a storefront, but running the day to day is never been my strong suit, or even I've never even had to do it. Never done operations. So yeah, I think it definitely helps to have a mentor. It's a little scary getting out there on your own. So having, somebody that you can lean on, you can ask questions, and even if they're dumb questions, because I have no shame, I'll ask any question. I don't care if it's dumb or not. I'm like, should I be paying myself like a check, or do I just like literally anything? I'm not shy.
How about, how do you handle like clients that try to negotiate with you or question your value?
Oh, that's easy. I mean, I've been doing this long enough. I don't have to prove anything to anyone anymore. I truly feel like what I do really sells itself. Majority of my business is all referral business or return client business. So when I get someone, I get some clients that are like, "Oh, give me a better deal. You can do better." Luckily for me, my industry is kind of a hot mess. So people believe me when I tell them this is the best I can do. I'm doing everything. And I think people can see it. I really will go to bat for my clients. I'll turn every rock over. I don't leave any stone unturned. I really go to bat for these people. So, and if I'm not a good fit, I have no problem telling them where they would get a better policy. Sometimes going to AAA or going to Farmers is better. And I tell my clients, I have no problem. I would rather someone be happy and do well. So yeah, it's real easy. I think this would be a better fit, or, think about it, call me back. It's no pressure, no nothing. That
See,
doesn't bother
I
me.
like that. You're a problem solver.
Yeah.
It's the solution's not always using you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you are going to direct them to other people's services, but you're honest and integrity. I like that.
Thank you.
So, Nicole, how about you? How do you handle clients that try to negotiate or question your value?
Oh my God, we get it all the time, especially insurance. Hello, when a homeowner turns in a claim. Um, but we're just like very transparent and upfront, and this is what it costs, and we try to, show our pricing and, sell what they're getting is people who actually care. And in my industry, there's not a lot of people who care, and our core purpose is making a positive difference by helping others. And that comes through in every point of contact. We answer the phones. We show up when we say we're going to show up. We're like the white glove service of our industry. So if someone, like Crystal said, if I'm not the right fit, or if they're just looking to lowball or have a cheaper price, I'm not your girl.
How about one habit that you guys have that keeps your routine grounded, every day? Like something you do every day that's just part of the routine.
I
Could
mean,
be business, could be outside of business in your personal life.
I pretty much have the same routine. Monday through Thursday, I'm always working out pretty much 6 a.m. I get in at least an hour of a workout, come home, walk my dog, make my coffee, do my woo-saw, and sit down and get to business. I don't know. Every day it's the same. And then Friday, obviously, we have the best routine where we get up and see our friends every Friday morning. So
Yeah, that's a good day. Nicole, what about you? Something that you do every day, part of the routine?
I mean, I work out 7 days a week. So every single morning I'm moving my body, and I track my food. I like, what I can control, and I control it. So those are like been my daily habits that have kind of like kept me calm and kept me focused. Like it's non-negotiable. And, if I like, even on a Saturday or Sunday morning, I get up, go work out. And if some way, somehow I can't do it in the morning, I get it done at night. But I've created non-negotiables for my body.
Yeah, it's kind of the same with me. I like to keep the fitness because if I fall off my fitness, I find that the rest of my life kind of fall off
Hmm.
as well. So I like to keep that discipline. But something else that's part of my routine every day is at the end of the day, I go through all the numbers in my businesses and I just make sure that, everything's looking right. There's no changes that shouldn't be happening. And just really getting to know the numbers, all the KPIs and all the cogs every day. So I really I'm on top of every part of the business, and that's something that I really wasn't so crazy about. But I joined this this mastermind recently. I'm with 15 other companies. It's all junk removal industry companies across the nation, and these are the top of the top. These guys are making bringing in big money. And I've noticed with all of them, the common denominator was the how compulsive they are with tracking every number, the KPIs, the cogs, and all that. So that is something I'm really working on, and I try doing that at the end of every day, just so I'm on top of it. And that's something that I encourage others to get on as well. Whatever you could track is what you can improve on. So definitely something that has been helping my business out a lot. Last questions before we call it a night is work life balance real, you know or is it all about finding a rhythm? You know what I mean? Because this is one of the things that I really struggle in. So I want to ask you guys, Crystal, is there a way to balance the life right, or just kind of go by rhythm?
Well, I'm probably the worst person to ask right now. My laptop is with me everywhere when we're driving down to LA for a big softball tournament. I get there early. I'm in the car while she's doing her warm ups. I'm calling clients. I mean, I'm pretty much, if I go have lunch with friends, I'm like, I'll come have lunch with you, but the laptop's coming because I might have to take. So realistically, I used to try to make that more. I would take my vacations. I think starting off new, my first year, I haven't even finished my first full year in business. For me, there is not a lot. I mean, I prioritize my child. So my kids, what matters the most. Everything else, my friends know me. They know I love them. I'll be here, but I could be working till 8 o'clock at night. I might miss, a dinner because, right now I'm establishing something that I believe in and it's going to take a little work, but I think eventually I'll get back to having a life.
Nicole, how do you balance life out?
I've been trying to for example, I try to work from home on Fridays. To do that, I make all my appointments, like my hair appointment. I got my hair done this morning, and during work hours, because I'm always working. I'm always on my email. We're a 24/7 emergency company, and so just kind of like having grace that my life is fluid, and when the kids need me, then they're the priority, and then when the business needs me, it's the priority, and establishing my life where I can be flexible like that. So um, that's the balance that I have found that works and gives, the combination of being able to work out every morning before, everybody's up. That has helped me a lot, has allowed me to have this, fluidity.
It's something I got to work on this past year, adding another business in. It's just, I don't know to do anything half-assed. I'm all in with everything. It's like kind of obsessive and I don't balance it. Every second a day is dedicated to the business. I'm always doing something in the business. If I'm not, I'm feeling guilty. I feel like I'm falling back. People are passing me. And in reality, I'm literally out of my mind. So, for this year, what I'm doing is, I'm going to just, I think it was December 20th to January 15th. I'm just going to shut down the business and force myself go away. I'm going to my place in Florida. I got a condo out there and I'm just going to go see family and just not think business and somehow keep my phone away from me. I know if the phone's ringing and I can't be answered, I'm going to be going out of my mind. I don't know how I'm going to relax, but it's something I got to do for myself. I gotta kind of balance out, and then I come back refreshed. And I'll be a better person when I get back. So that is something I'm working on. During this holiday season. But I got to learn from you guys with it. I gotta start living
Uh,
life as well.
I don't know how you gave me anxiety saying that. I've never taken a vacation where I turn my phone off. You know what I mean? That's why I say, like, I'm working all the time. I've never not had my phone or not had cell service. So I look forward to hearing how your adventure goes. And if you have an anxiety attack or not, I hope you share with all of us.
Yeah, I
Please.
hope I could relax, but yeah, I got to do it because it's been a
Yeah.
crazy year, and you know, you got to live life also. You know, you can't just be everything is business. You got to enjoy it. You're gonna miss a lot of memories and all that otherwise. So definitely some us entrepreneurs got to work on. But
Yep.
guys, I want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. It was a great show. We learned a lot about you, Crystal and Nicole. Appreciate it. And where can people get a hold of you if they want to reach out? If you know they want to get insurance through you, or maybe they need some mold restoration. Where can they get you, ladies?
Well, definitely. If you go to our BNIT page, Best Networkers in Town, it has all three of our contact infos on there. But for me, I am a Goosehead agent. You can literally Google Goosehead and look up my name in Santa Rosa. I'm the only agent basically in this area. I think the closest agent is San Rafael to like SAC. So I cover a big area, but my email, phone number, that stuff, I can put it somewhere for you.
Perfect. So I'll put that in the description. So guys, if you want to get in touch with her, I'll have that attached in the description. Nicole, put out your social media where people can get a hold of you.
Yeah, you can find us at Bravo_Restoration or at Nicole_Humber on Instagram and Facebook, Nicole Humber, LinkedIn, Nicole Humber. I mean, just Google Nicole Humber and you can find me. I'm pretty sure my home address, my cell phone, my social security, all that's on there.
Thank you for all that. So, guys, thank you again for coming on. Everybody in the chat, really appreciate you guys tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up, guys. And have a great week, everybody. And I will see you ladies next week.
Yes, thank you.
See you later.